today is a very exciting day because not only how we're going to be taking a look at how we can build a purist IRL Ganondorf, but something came in the mail. New legs for Link. So we got the dual molded ornithologist legs from Series 22. Could have just bought the minifigure months ago and done this, but Bricklink was cheaper, so I waited a very long time. You can see I've made one addition. I've changed out the hip piece so we don't have the belt because the belt looked too modern for me. We've got these gorgeous dual molded boots with the laces done up in the medieval style. We've got the pockets on the side for the adventure pouch, and they are ready to be added to our Link. So let's bring him back in. Take off these old rubbish tan legs. And look at that. Oh yes, this was worth it. They were cheap as well. I mean, for years now these legs have been advancing. We started with dark tan, then in the fossil set there was the dark tan and dark brown dual molded but without the printing, and now we have this. They are fantastic. I'm so glad I have them. Let's have the sword and shield, and then we'll go over to the computer and start trying to plan our Ganondorf. Wow. Oh yes, we are very happy with this. Oh, your shield's on backwards. Silly thing. Yes, look at that. Right, on with the video, Oh, he's fantastic though.
Now that the most important part of our video is out of the way, oh, it's just such an upgrade. I can't believe I finally got my hands on that piece. I do bring you some exciting news. As you can see on your screen, there is a new LEGO Zelda piece that has appeared, and I think it is perfect, potentially even a sign, something that if you've been around for a while with LEGO Zelda, then you will know how much this means, because it was used in literally every Ideas project back in the day. I can think of at least like 4 off the top of my head where this piece would have just brought it all together, because originally it was only available in trans pink, but it is finally here. The LEGO Friends decorative heart element that was originally only in transparent colours has finally appeared in solid red. It even has the geometric pixelated or hexagonal design of an old heart container from the retro games, as you can see on your screen. But it is appearing in this year's seasonal set, the Christmas tree. This could be that it's come into mold for another license like Zelda, and it will be showing up. It could be a sign. It could also just be that the designers wanted to do something cool on this Christmas tree and recolored a new part for us. But wow, am I grateful. I'm so excited to see it. This thing, it was like in all of the Skyward Sword customs that was in the original Zelda Project one. I believe it even made its way into the Eye Knuckle counter, because it just looks like a heart drop or a heart container. It's almost a perfect piece. I would still argue that I would prefer them to use the new tile that they used with the Tin Man, and that's appeared in all of like the LEGO Movie 2 sets and Friends sets and on top of the cake Goomba. I still think the tile works because they can actually print on it, but it is nice to see this one as well. It's just, oh, please let this be a sign. But anyway, I was really excited to see this. We're actually here to talk about Ganondorf. We're going to be discussing how to make a purist Ganondorf today, because there's lots of new parts and lots of new elf ears that have been showing up, as well as some hopes for the future with him. I didn't do him in my original video because, one, he's not my favourite series villain. I know, I just committed blasphemy. Girahim and Demise. I'll always be a Skyward Sword person at heart. Besides that, I didn't cover him in my original video. I feel like I wanted to, and I needed to talk about my Link legs and the new heart piece, so I thought, let's just shove him in here. So, as for which Ganondorf variant we're going to be choosing, I'm going to be choosing Ocarina of Time. He is just the most iconic, and we love him. So, to start off, we want to talk about his shoulders. I looked through a lot of different armor pieces, and I came up with 2 options. One of which was the Bounty Hunter armor piece here, which you can see on the Series 19 Bounty Hunter minifigure. Just the 2 epaulets, not the most accurate, but definitely a nice, small and unobtrusive piece, which I think is really, really key when it comes to Ganondorf. Next up, for the other option I had for the shoulders, would be the Doctor Strange cape. Now, you could use this in red, as Ganondorf does have a red cape, and it would just mean you wouldn't get his shoulder armor, but you would have a nice flowing cape like he was flying. Or we could hope that, well, it's unlikely, but maybe one day they would recolor the Doctor Strange cape in dark bluish grey, and then it would literally do perfectly for both options, like for the pads and then for the cape. So that's another option. I would recommend either the Doctor Strange cape or the Bounty Hunter epaulets. Moving on to the face, unfortunately we do not have too many options. The only olive green or sand green face that I could find that I thought came anywhere close was the original Fantasy Orc face. It's evil, it's smirking, he looks a bit piggish maybe, and then you can match up those sand green hands on his hands as well. And then it's just the ears that then become a problem, but that's another issue for another page. The other option that I've seen used on a lot of people's customs, it's not one I'd recommend, but I can definitely see it working for the time being, is the Palpatine face with the tan and the wrinkle lines and the evil eyes. It definitely works for him. It definitely looks evil and sinister. It just is the wrong skin color, and I just cannot get past it for him. It's gonna have to be olive green, I think, for me. I don't think we've ever had him be tan. But you know what? There is a reason that this piece is on here, and that is for the ears. Because as much as I might not like it, that tan coloured hair does then work with the Monkey Kid headpiece, which is about the closest we've got to a current Ganondorf hairstyle, with this orangey fur and then actual like ears. Yeah, they're rounded, but his are rounded in Ocarina of Time. So this is sort of a great combo really with the Palpatine head. Now personally, again, not for me, but if you really wanted one now that had the hair, which is potentially more iconic, then this is definitely the way to go than mixing the hair tones with like the olive green face and then the ears. It gets all messy, and actually you can see here another example of the same Bounty Hunter epaulets. So this gives you a whole idea of the head, ears and shoulders of a Ganondorf minifigure. Over on the right, we have some hopes for the future. The grip hook hairpiece is also particularly perfect for Ganondorf, with the pointed ears and the receding hairline. If they recolored that into red and olive green, it would be the dream piece. That's what I would hope they would use on an official Ganondorf. I'm not even kidding. I think that is the piece. Like, it is Ganondorf's hair. I actually used it in my Ocarina of Time Ganondorf, although that was a Christmas variant, hence why you're not seeing on your screen now. However, I really do think that that is Ganondorf's hair. And then another option that I think would work quite well is the new Namor hairpiece. I could definitely see them recoloring that one into the same olive green and red colour scheme. For either him or for the other Ganondorf as well, although potentially again grip hook more likely, or even a custom piece. I think Namor's is also a great shout if they just recolored it. Obviously that's not any use for you purist people right now. And if you wanted to ignore the ears at the moment, is probably your best bet, would be to use the orc face that we talked about earlier, and then Godric Gryffindor's hair, because it's ginger and receding. There is also the other receding hair piece, the Venkman hair. I don't know if it comes in orange. I couldn't find any reference of it, but then again, there could be some obscure figure somewhere. Just another 2 hair suggestions for you. Both of them are somewhat available and would definitely all both make good suggestions and alternatives, while we don't have any olive green ears yet. If you were set on the skin colour like I am, I think my current bet would be to use the Fantasy Orc hair and Godric Gryffindor's head, although I have only one of those pieces, that being Godric's hair, so I'm not be doing that. And then because I hate Bricklink so much, I'm leaving torso and legs down to you guys. Now that seems a bit cheap, this seems like a short video, however there is a good reason for me leaving it. There are so many options for Ganondorf torso, like anything remotely evil. Some of the ninja outfits even come pretty close to fitting, just because of like the robes and the sashes and the overlaps. You've got some castle knights that work pretty well. There are so many options, and it's such a personal topic that I would not want to suggest something. I'll leave that one to whatever parts you guys have on hand, and whatever you guys want. There's really no wrong answer when it comes to dressing a purist Ganondorf. The difficult stuff is the hair and the head and the shoulders and the armor and that kind of stuff. So that's what I thought I'd focus on. As far as my own goes, I really don't know. I'm not making one anytime soon, so I don't have a particular preference. I would probably be tempted to give him like an actual over-the-top armor piece. Potentially the one from the Fright Night minifigure from Series 19, however, not a guarantee. And as I said, I hate Bricklink, so I'm not ordering any more from them sometime soon. I've just done a big order, and it was painful. So, thank you so much for watching and listening to me put my new Link legs on. I'm very excited by them. I hope that the biggest news from today is the seasonal tree element. Please let me know about that down below. I am so beyond excited to have those in my collection. I love the tree as is, and that heart piece coming in red. Is it a sign? Conspiracy theory. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, leave all your theories down below in the comments as always, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.